back at you. This is the eighth wonder of the world. Welcome, global stock market investors. Today's episode is my March 2019 Robinhood mobile app portfolio of $7,000. My strategy to 1 million. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna show you guys my strategy and how many assets I have under management. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into here. Okay. Well, today's Sunday. So Sunday, obviously the market is closed for stocks, but if you're a cryptocurrency investor, they are open, and I'll get into that in another episode, talking about investing and how the correlation between stocks and cryptocurrency, how they're the same, but cryptocurrency just carries, they trade 24/7. So they don't close like, with stocks, the market closes Saturdays and Sundays. So, and then they go from Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So this is just something different that I'm seeing. But pretty much, as you can see, we've been in a down market, but I'm up. My overall is 6.99 in a day. In a week, down 100. In a month, down 80. Well, no, up 80. 3 months, up 360. In a year, up 280. And then I'm up 470. So you see that 6.99%. So my goal is to always keep my portfolio at 10%. So now, I got the confidence of how I'm building. Okay, this is my strategy. Pretty much as a financial engineer, I'm a sector investor. So everybody's have different styles, but my style, I'm a sector investor. I buy companies in sectors. I'm not playing the double game yet. Not until I can see what sectors, pretty much the movement of the sector, so I can see it all, from Robinhood. So I want to be able to gauge it with that analytical view, for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna double up on these companies because I can see the movement and everything, instead of just already doubling up on companies and just going off going off what other people are going by. And really, if you build your own analytical charts, where pretty much you owning the stock, you can see how it really moves, what it pays. So that's why I'm not doing the double up on companies. I know my strategy. I've got a couple questions about that, saying, how are you able to organize all those stocks? Pretty much, I use TradeBase. I'll get into that after I show you guys currently what's going on, and pretty much my strategy to 1 million. And then, as you can see, I'm at 7,000. I already showed you that. Pretty much, I have 87 assets under management. As also, cryptocurrency, I own 956 Dogecoin, and I own 1 Ethereum Classic. And I plan on buying Bitcoin, pretty much all these down here, just $10. So it's just money. If I would go out, I'll just sacrifice that night that I usually go out, and then I'll put it and buy some crypto to see how it moves. But I'm starting to understand the rhythm of how it's starting to move. As you can see, when it's in green, it's up. So when it's like in like a purple color, it's down. Okay, I have 87 assets under management. As you can see, it ranges from 1,000 all the way to $1, and you can see they're in value order. But as you can see, IBM, ISTB, and BAM, those are three new stocks. Let me show you guys right quick. IBM, it peaked on. Let me see where the peak was at. Oh, that's way back here. It peaked on September 19th, 2014 at $194. So as you can see where it's at now, $135. It pays a dividend of 4.46, PE ratio 14.20, 120 market cap 120 billion. So that's in the portfolio now. And then a new addition is ISTB, which is iShares Core 1 to 5 year USD Bond ETF. This is part of my strategy, but I'll get into the breakdown after I just show you the company. iShares Core 1 to 5 year peaked. Yeah, I'm gonna say right in there. I saw it 80. It peaked on July 29th, 2016 at $50.83. It moved 83 cents, and the current market price is $49.49. So, and bonds, as you know, is known to offset stocks in a bear market, which we are approaching. So I'm just loading up on some safety devices. Dividend yield 2.42, PE ratio not listed, market cap 2.37 billion. And then lastly is my REIT, which is BAM, and this is Brookfield Asset Management. That's a REIT. Let me find the I bought it in the peak because it's just a fantastic. I was just looking at the numbers. Yeah, I bought it on never say never. I was like, I'm never gonna buy on the peak, but sometimes the deals come across and it's just perfect. And yeah, I bought on the peak. I bought on the rise. Yeah, I paid $46 for mine, but yeah, I still bought it like at its peak. But this is the REIT. Dividend yield 1.57, so I'll be getting that monthly. PE ratio 12.70, market cap 43.60 billion. So as you can see, that I've never seen an analyst rating 100% buy. So those are the 3 additions, but I have 87 assets under management. I'm a sector investor. So don't get over alarmed. This is not, if you break it down, you'll be able to manage everything. Just break them down. I'm almost feeling like Thanos, with that gauntlet, covering all sectors. My God, and this is fun. I'm having a good time. Okay, my strategy for 2019 is I invest. Say I have $1,000 a month. I'll take that $1,000 and 60% of it, which is about $600, will go into stocks. And there's 2 categories that I break down stocks, which I break them down to 30%. So one category will get 300, the other one will get 300, and then vice versa. Sometimes I'll even play around where I have to borrow from the second category to pay a company that's higher than the 30%. So I'll borrow from each and I'll play that game with myself. But the two categories are fast growth valuation with no dividends, because the company invests the dividends back into the company, which is 30%, $300. Example, FAANG Stocks. The second category is slow growth valuation with dividends. Those are 30%. The other 300. Example, McDonald's, 3M, Lockheed Martin. Okay, the next percentage is index funds, and pretty much I invest 30% into index funds, which is $300, and it includes precious metals ETFs and Buyback ETFs. And also, under the index funds, I invest in iShares, which is owned by BlackRock, SPDR, owned by State Street, S&P, owned by S&P Global, Vanguard, and then owned by the Vanguard Group, but that company is private, so you can't buy shares in Vanguard, just their ETFs, but the other 2 you can. The fourth category is 5% Bonds ETF. I showed you my ETF that I bought. Usually I'll invest $50. Bonds ETF are known to offset stocks in a bear market or in a down economy. So pretty much I'll let you guys see that. So I'm playing around with that to see how my portfolio looks, even in the worst markets that you could possibly go through. I want to be able to sustain those. So if I could sustain those, it'll keep me from being able to focus on, okay, where do I need to generate, or where do I need to focus my money to pretty much give it that miracle growth soil so it can grow. Or if I had to add some other ingredients, but the way I'm playing this game is pretty much like growing a plant, growing a child, growing yourself, growing. And I look at it that way with no attachments, so that's why I don't go all. I see a lot of investors, they take a company and they'll put everything into the company. I mean, wow, it's a lot of risk. I'd rather play the sector game, because if a company goes down, it's not going to hurt me at all. So everything else is going to keep me afloat. Just imagine you having 500 companies and you're getting paid dividends amongst them all, monthly, and it's all mixed in there. Because you got the stocks, you got the index funds, including the precious metals ETFs, and then you got Buyback ETFs, and then you have Bonds ETFs, and you have REITs. So it's a ratio game. So that's my strategy. That's my portfolio. Let me show you guys the trade base. Okay, this is trade base. As you can see, the front. I'm not a trader, a day trader, swing trader. So I'm a long-term investor. So I don't play that game right there. So let's go to holdings. As you can see, market value 6,667, and I got reserves. So this app doesn't count in your cash. It's just straight. It's all it analyzes your stocks. So as you can see, today I'm down. Well, on Friday down 11.79 after hours. I picked up about 0.05%, and in total, I was up 224 on Friday, and that was a down market. As you can see, I have 87 positions today. That's Friday. Advancing 24, declining 60, and in total advancing 35, declining 52. See, I have more declining and I'm still positive. So I don't know if a lot of people can say that, but it's just the ratio that I'm holding. It's not just it's stocks, the index funds, the bonds, ETFs, and then the REITs. They're all balancing it out, even when they're declining. So, and that's what I'm learning. Go ahead and learn all this. So knowing, okay, this strategy is working to obtain my first million. Okay, distribution, as you can see, position. Google, I'm at 17% of my portfolio. 5% was in Netflix, Lockheed Martin. 5%, Tesla. 4%. This is a IVV. That's my S&P that's my iShares. So that's my index fund, 4%. And then 82 is everything else, the mixture. So, and then sector wise, tech, 31%. Consumer goods, 19%. Financials, 14%. Industrial goods, 14%. Services, 14%. And then other, 5%. Okay, market cap. My large is 56%, which a large is 10 billion to 200 billion is considered large. Mega, my second highest is 37%. Mega is 200 billion plus. And then mid, 4%. Mid is 2 billion to 10 billion. Micro, it's 1% of my portfolio. Micro is 50 million to 300 million. Small, 0.89%. Small is 300 million to 2 billion. And then nano, 0.01%. And that's under 50 million. And then these are the 87 assets that I hold. Google, Netflix, Lockheed, Tesla. iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, that's index funds. 3M stock. Berkshire Hathaway, that's a stock. McDonald's stock. Apple stock. Nike stock. Facebook stock. General Dynamics stock. Baidu stock. Nvidia stock. Visa stock. Johnson & Johnson stock. IBM stock. United Technologies stock. Disney stock. Microsoft stock. Waste Management stock. Procter & Gamble stock. Walmart stock. Sony stock. Coca-Cola stock. Anheuser-Busch InBev stock. Starbucks stock. State Street stock. SPDR S&P Global Dividend ETF Index Fund. iShares Core MSCI EAFE ETF Index Fund. California Water stock. iShares Core 1 to 5 year USD Bond ETF. That's a bond ETF. General Mills stock. International Paper stock. Brookfield Asset Management. That's a REIT. Hormel stock. British Petroleum stock. Archer Daniels Midland stock. Pfizer stock. HSBC stock. British American Tobacco stock. Vanguard FTSE Developed Markets ETF Index. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing stock. KBC Groupie stock. Kraft Foods stock. American Airlines stock. AT&T stock. Aramark stock. Bank of America stock. JD.com stock. SPDR Bloomberg Barclays short term, that's a bond. IQIYI, that's a stock. Starwood Property Trust, that's a REIT. AMD stock. Manchester United stock. AGNC, that's an index fund. Apple Hospitality REIT, that's a REIT. Green Plains stock. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China stock. Sprint stock. Credit Suisse stock. Gladstone Investment, that's a REIT. GameStop stock. Ultralife stock. GE stock. Dan Sankey Bank stock. Deutsche Bank stock. Barclays stock. Aurora Cannabis stock. Commerzbank stock. Neo stock. Royal Bank of Scotland stock. BlackRock Capital Investments Index Fund. Nokia stock. Sirius XM stock. Chesapeake Energy stock. Barnes & Noble stock. AK Steel stock. Daiwa Securities Group stock. Cemex stock. Santander Group stock. Denbury stock. Aerotech stock. Vizho Mitsu Financial Group stock. Nordic American Tanker stock. Vivek stock. Sunworks stock. So there you have it. Those are my 87 assets under management. And that's my March 2019 portfolio. And that I just showed you is my strategy to 1 million. Outro. Subscribe, comment any questions or recommendations you have, hit the like button, and share this information with other global stock market investors. Until next time. Also, follow me on Instagram for more progressive knowledge. My Instagram, pretty much all about family first. I'm a global stock investor. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an aerospace botanist. I have a masculine confidence building program. And currently, I'm out here in San Francisco, California. While you're slaying dragons, I'll be taming them. Alexa, smile.
sure. I smile all the time.